This program is brought to you by Sirius Texas Barbecue. We take our meat seriously.
Are animals spiritual beings? Do they have souls and go to heaven? La Plata County veterinarian Karlene Stange spent 20 years studying science, medicine, and the world's religious traditions to find an answer to those questions. And she has recorded her journey of self-discovery and understanding in a new book called The Spiritual Nature of Animals. A country vet explores the wisdom, compassion, and souls of animals. The book will be released for sale on November 7th by New World Library. Dr. Stange, a Fort Lewis College graduate, studied veterinary medicine at Colorado State University before returning to Durango to start her practice.
I was practicing veterinary medicine out of a pickup truck in La Plata County, and there's a lot of gore and death involved in veterinary medicine, and it was pretty stressful. And I had a number of confusing thoughts in my head. People told me that animals didn't have souls, people told me that animals weren't conscious, that they didn't feel love, and none of that made any sense to me with what I was observing. And then I had clients with different religious perspectives. For example, I had a Buddhist who had taken a vow to not kill, so when her old dog was at the end of its life, she wanted me to help it pass without using euthanasia because she could not kill the dog. And she believed that it would reincarnate and it had to suffer its karma in this life so it would have a better karma in its next life, a better incarnation. And at that same time, I had a Baptist client who hired me to euthanize her old horse, and when I did, I said, now he's with your husband. And she screeched at me, no, he's not. My husband's in heaven and that horse is just dead. And so I wondered, well, is this just meat? Or is there some part that reincarnates? Do animals go to heaven? Do they have a spiritual component? What is the non-physical aspect of animals? Clearly, in my observation, they feel love. They love their offspring, they love their favorite people, and clearly they're conscious. People say they're not conscious, but from a veterinary perspective, that makes no sense at all because I can make an animal unconscious with anesthesia, so it follows that they were conscious to begin with. So what are we talking about? Is there some kind of special consciousness that people have that animals don't have?
Dr. Stange interweaves 20 years of personal stories with her study of the nature of animals as defined by the world's major religions. Early reviewers have called the book a groundbreaking work that will help all animal lovers better understand their relationships with the non-human beings in their lives.
People suffer a lot from watching animals suffer, and veterinarians get to see it all day long, every day. The suicide rate for veterinarians is 4 times higher than the national average. The job can be really depressing. I mean, you have one little drama with your animal several times a year. We have many dramas all day long, every day. Yeah, lots of euthanasia and dying and blood and guts and bones and pus and maggots. I mean, it's not pretty, but it has a lot of rewards too. But for me, the whole study of what the spiritual teachings say about animals helped me understand suffering and helped me find peace with the world, with the suffering. And I hope that it helps veterinarians, and I hope that it helps animal lovers of all kinds understand what's going on from a higher perspective.
Stange will read excerpts from her book during a book signing scheduled for 6:30 p.m. on Tuesday, November 7th at the Durango Public Library. Copies are available at Maria's Bookshop and online.